final match of RLCS League play, and the stakes could not be higher. We have Gale Force going up against Renault Vitality. The winner secures the #1 spot in Europe and is going to punch their ticket to the World Championship.
This is a series I think everybody has been waiting for the entire season. You got two teams that have been absolutely dominant. For me, you talk about this Vitality team that normally gets hot towards the end of the season and then really brings it into playoffs, but they've been hot all season long. As for Gale Force, it's been kind of up and down. They had some upsets here and there, but the big thing for me is for Vitality, a team that has started 3-0 has never not made into the World Championship. Yeah. So it's going to be a battle here, man. I honestly don't know how you predict who's going to win, but Gale Force did look pretty dominant earlier on today.
Well, they can absolutely end any discussion around the World Champion curse if they can punch their ticket to land right now. Gale Force going to try to win this series. Now, ball into the corner. Pashy with a shot in, turned aside by Violent Panda. Panda, long clear downfield. A good backward hit from Ferry. But now K-Dot prowling. Turbo waiting in the middle. He's going to have to back away. Shot coming in from Violent Panda. That one's challenged as well. Now Freaky is going to follow this ball up. Turbo getting blocked by Freaky. Ball going back deep, but that one hits the post. A close call for Gale Force.
Love seeing how aggressive Freaky's playing already. Deciding to go for bumps and demos sometimes rather than rotating out, just to apply a little bit extra pressure, just so the other team knows he's there. It's an interesting tactic. Make sure to look out for Freaky this entire series. His play is going to be absolutely crucial.
He's had an incredible statistical season.
Definitely in the running for MVP this season.
And you know, Pashy, he was the Golden Striker last season. Now last in goals, lowest in shooting percentage, but #1 in assists. So Fairy Peak, he is that scorer. Freaky also known for scoring this season as well.
It's good to see Pashy really step up as a captain.
We're scoreless, a minute and a half into the game. A shot from Freaky is going to end that. And Vitality take the lead.
Just looking at this last challenge as well from Violent Panda. He sweeps in, thinking he can get it. That pre-jump just catches him off guard as Freaky's able to play it right on past. Great start for Vitality.
And I think he did that pre-jump as well because he knew that there was a player coming in, going for that demo. Now a shot from Freaky right off the, or Ferry right off the kickoff. Vitality looking good. The desk in favor of Gale Force on this one. The Vitality looking very strong early in game 1.
Well, Shogun did mention it. The difference of play styles between Complexity as Turbo almost trying to pop one over the top. Just has to do with the way they challenged this ball. They're not going to wait. No hesitation to get to that midfield. They know what happens when this team of Gale Force gets in that siege-style offense. Just a lot of pressure, boost management being completely thrown out the window.
Oh, and that pass from Pashy, almost a 1-2 give and go. But Pashy just didn't get there in time.
Seeing Shogun take a breath of fresh air on that one. He was a little bit worried on that pass play.
A block from Pashy. And he gets the bump on Turbo. Turbo's still in the air. Had no boost, just helpless. So Vitality, very controlled start to the game. Ferry gets it by Turbo. Turbo is going to pop it up to Panda. Double commit. Ferry and Freaky both go for it. K-Dop's going to turn around, pops it up. But Turbo did not follow that. Perhaps he didn't have enough boost to make the shot.
Double commit could have been dangerous. We saw both Freaky and Ferry back off. Rather than anybody challenging at that midfield, they left it wide open for this GFE team.
And then we also saw another double commit from K-Dop and Turbo. So Gale Force not looking as sharp as they did in the last series, and Freaky's going to cut that pass out. Almost a demo on K-Dop. That could have been bad. But K-Dop dodged it, stayed alive. Now Turbo putting a shot in, easily handled by Pashy. Pashy hit Freaky, or Ferry on the outlet there. Ferry down into the middle, cut out by Turbo. Freaky taps it, dangerous spot, and he makes the save on the Violent Panda shot. Pressure starting to mount. Gale Force still within striking distance. Big win from Freaky there downfield. Freaky following it up again, forcing it by one. K-Dop hits it out. Pashy into the middle, a miss from Panda, a shot from Ferry, and that's going to be 2 goals for Vitality.
You called it right there, a play right into the middle. You just see them trying to clear this out, but Pashy's sitting there waiting. Just able to put it right back in, applies that pressure back on, and just serves it up for Fairy Peak. Able to go up by 2. Well done by them with a minute left.
Panda missed that on the backboard, and Turbo was just trusting in him to get that hit.
The difficulty, the complete opposite of what we saw last series on a Fnatic, where these guys absolutely crucial in their play to trust their teammates.
What? Oh, Violent Panda brings Gale Force to within 1.
Just a beautiful trap on that wall and then able to play it upside down, but that second flick, that little bit extra power to get past that last defender, just so crucial from Violent Panda.
We'll see if Gale Force can bring this back. Vitality definitely controlling the majority of this game. Now final 30 seconds. K-Dop going up the wall. Trying to hit Violent Panda, but Freaky is going to win that 50-50 off the ceiling. Pashy with this shot. That's going to go wide. Now Panda pops it by Freaky. Very into the corner. Blocked by K-Dop. A clear chance for Turbo. Turbo over to K-Dop, and K-Dop missed his shot. Still a chance. Turbo getting cut out by Ferry. Ball into the middle. Kept up by K-Dop. 3-on-1 situation. K-Dop gets blocked, and Vitality are going to take game number 1.
What a heroic effort on defense as well. With 2 players up, you don't know which one to stop. Does it perfectly. Plays the ball, cuts off that angle, and hits it over to the side. Fairy Peak coming up huge here in game number 1.
We saw an aerial demo attempt there in the final seconds. K-Dop was going for the air dribble, and I think it was Ferry was the last defender back. And whoever was trying to help K-Dop just tried to fly in there and get an air demo, which would have opened up the goal, but they just narrowly missed. And we even saw in that final second, K-Dop had a shooting opportunity, and he just narrowly missed that. So Gale Force came so close to tying that up. But Vitality, they looked very strong. They're the second-ranked defense coming into this. They held Gale Force scoreless for almost the entire game, and they just have been controlling the pace, especially Pashy. You know, I saw someone post on their Pashy more like Passy. Well, you know, living up to that here, he's just taking his time, trying to scope out his teammates and make the plays. So Vitality, very strong start.
I do like how they're mixing it up, though. Obviously, Pashy has become this really heavy passer for the team, but at the same time, those infield pass plays where he was involved in taking some of those shots, too, just barely missing out, that's been the difference maker here, where these guys are able to mix it up on offense and make these guys have to respect them from the Gale Force side, where they're not just like, okay, it's a one-trick pony kind of situation. On the opposite side for Gale Force, like you said, K-Dop, these passes are, if you do not hit them while you're in full speed on that stride, they're just not going to connect. These guys playing at such a high level.
A very important game, too, for Gale Force. Vitality, they want to close this out as well. And finish, again, whoever wins this finishes #1 in Europe. The stakes could not be higher. Ferry is going to take his time. Blocked by Turbo, but Pashy misses his double tap clear. But will have a chance to center this ball. Just throws it in reverse. And accidentally bumps Ferry there, so not the most elegant of plays. A ball launched into the Gale Force corner. Turbo, long clear, that shot. It's on target, but Ferry was back. Pashy also positioned to make the save. And that one almost finding its mark. Still dangerous, hit off the post. Freaky's gonna win that ball. Panda tap. That Panda tap is gonna relieve some pressure. Slow down the counterattack.
All 3 players rotating back on defense. The ability to just play it in a spot that's not so easily read for this Vitality team is huge, but a shot from Freaky.
Freaky finding the center of the net on this banger.
Just see this one come across. K-Dop's just trying to play that across. It looks like Turbo was the one he was aiming for, but he was shadowing a little bit too close. Because of that, it settles in the midfield. He just sweeps in, put a powerful shot on net. Again, Vitality starting off with a lead here.
And that just continues the momentum here for Vitality. Gale Force struggling on offense. We saw Violent Panda step up in the last series. K-Dop playing that passing role. Turbo, though, he's just had a rough day so far. He did have some goals the last series, but still. That shot is going to find its mark. Panda ties it up.
Was that because of the turbo demo? It was. So that, oh no, he backed off. He got Pashy instead. Freaky just wasn't able to rotate back in time. They were expecting that ball to be cleared out. Everybody ready to move downfield. But because of that demo and then the immediate counter, completely caught off guard into a wide open net.
Now a long shot as well. Freaky is going to get the block there. So Gale Force keep this again within striking distance. Even when it doesn't seem like they're perfectly on form, they're always in a position to win. Last game, they just fell so short. Here in game 2, all tied up. And a shot from Pashy is going to get blocked by Panda. Or Turbo, rather.
Which is weird seeing Turbo be a little bit more quiet on this team. Especially as Violent Panda is starting to move up a little bit more on offense. He has been quite a threat.
And then you still see there Freaky trying to find Pashy on that pass. Vitality still look very comfortable. K-Dop off the backboard. Freaky's just going to leave that for Pashy, who gets a long clear. A miss from Panda. Chance for Vitality. Pashy was just waiting for Freaky to tap that by. But the defense from K-Dop holds strong. Now K-Dop trying to take control, but Pashy just dunks it past. Freaky and Pashy both in the corner. Now Panda getting shut down by Fairy Peak. Turbo does get it by Fairy. And a bump from Fairy on K-Dop prevents K-Dop from getting that clear. But K-Dop recovers and gets a long clear off the backboard. Shot in from Panda. Pashy hustling back to make that save.
I have to give credit to Gale Force on defense there. Just getting denied that corner boost and everything, but still able to pass it downfield with their team to relieve that pressure. It's difficult for Vitality. They need to find a way to put some more shots on net like that one.
And that forced the double commit out of K-Dop and Panda. Now Panda off the wall. Pashy's going to put a shot in. Turbo trying to take his time. He's going to get dunked on. K-Dop gets the save. Still in danger. Pashy gets dunked on by K-Dop, and that relieves the pressure, but a very, very scary moment for Gale Force.
Just so difficult to score against this Gale Force team, despite the mistake from Turbo. Playing that slow in front of the net, so dangerous. It's going to drop down as Pashy tries to get it.
Pashy almost reading that waterfall shot. And Vitality and Gale Force still remain tied. Final minute of gameplay. Fairy off the corner. Long clear from K-Dop. Panda's going to try to get the touchdown. Pashy clears it, but Panda right back at it. Into the middle for Turbo. Turbo with a shot. Not too hard, though. Easily blocked. Now K-Dop out into the middle. Give and go. K-Dop finds Panda. Panda with a weak shot in. Turned aside. K-Dop again floating this out into the middle. Freaky's going to get a long clear. Turbo chasing this down. A shot from Pashy. It's going to be wide. Now a chance. Pashy isn't able to make it. Last second opportunity, and no, we have overtime in game number 2.
Gale Force is going to be happy about that one. Just minimal boost on that back end, expending all of it to make some saves. Kickoffs can be scary, immediately played back in by Gale Force.
This is such a huge game right here. Gale Force would be forced in a reverse sweep situation, which against a Vitality team would be very unlikely. They need to get this win. Vitality, on the other hand, has looked like the better team in this series. A chance going across the net. Fairy Peak being a nuisance. Pashy Got it by K-Dop. Freaky's gonna cut out that counterattack. Turbo with a pinch. Freaky over to the side. Pashy misses his hit there. But Freaky, or Ferry rather, doesn't get the greatest hit. A chance. K-Dop back into the middle for Turbo. Cut out by Ferry, or Freaky. Ferry over to Pashy. Pashy downfield. Panda is hit by Freaky. Ferry follows it up. A demo on Pashy. Panda's gonna have some time. Taps it over to Turbo. Now a dunk from Turbo. K-Dop gonna challenge here. Freaky with a pass in. Hit to the side by Turbo. Pashy following this up, trying to drop it down. Turbo gets it by Ferry. Freaky with a very important clear there.
A lot of it, though, due to the way that Violent Panda is setting these plays up. Look at the way he hits the ball into the corner or just shy off, forces a defender up, which then allows him to come and take the boost afterwards. It applies that siege. It's the start to it all. Just Gale Force hasn't been able to find that next piece of the puzzle to tie it all together.
Now we've hit the 2-minute mark of overtime. Turbo, not a good touch, a chance. Freaky puts it wide. Very dangerous. But Gale Force get out unscathed. Pashy is gonna have some time. Pops it straight up. Ferry with the double tap. And that's gonna get shut down by Panda. Shot in from Freaky off the crossbar, and Panda's gonna clear it to safety.
Gale Force needs to be careful, slowing it down. That's exactly what this team vitality wants. The ability to attack with force, especially with Gale Force making some double commits on defense.
And that ball floating in. Turbo. Ball centered in. K-Dop is gonna finish it off for Gale Force. A huge overtime goal, and Gale Force wins.
Seeing the inverse of what we saw in their first series where K-Dop set them up. Going back to the tried and true Violent Panda to K-Dop in the middle of the field. They're gonna tie up the series.
That was a close call. We saw that touch there from Turbo put K-Dop in such a bad spot. And Ferry, or Freaky, he was in a spot to touch that one in. He had a little deflection opportunity and just narrowly missed. Honestly, Vitality looked like the better team in that game, but Gale Force just managed to squeak through.
Yeah, Vitality just absolute dominant in that midfield and applying that pressure. Just, there's something about this Gale Force team on defense that is so difficult to score against, where after a matter of time, they're going to find a way to clear that ball out with one player or someone do it themselves. It's just been difficult on Vitality.
Yeah, but Vitality, they're keeping this one close. This was the series that we were hoping to see. These two teams, they are battling for that #1 seed. So we were expecting it to be close.
Yeah, the last time these guys played, it went the distance as well, 3-2 in favor of Gale Force. But it's just one of those situations where these guys, now that they've played against each other in the same rosters for this long, obviously Gale Force starting all the way back in DreamHack of summer 2016, they've had time to develop and kind of learn each other's strategies. It's just one of those situations where they need to mix it up, I guess, a little bit more, because after a certain point, like for Gale Force, it worked out. We saw K-Dop at the beginning of the season, just absolutely dominant on offense. Had a really rough last week, able to bounce back against NV, but they really opened it up with him leading the charge and then passing it inside. It forced someone to come and get them, but they just haven't been able to do that. In all reality, I think credit has to go to this Vitality team. They're shutting it down in that midfield. So needing to start that maybe a little bit earlier. They're not going to dribble it down in those corners too easily.
Well, we are all tied up. One game apiece in this best-of-5. K-Dop is going to hammer that one in off the backboard. Ferry misses it. Turbo with a backflip, keeps it in the orange half. A shot in from Panda, a miss, but K-Dop's there to try to clean up. Freaky got the save. Shot from Turbo. Pashy blocks it. Another shot from K-Dop. Freaky holds strong. So a shot barrage coming in early from Gale Force.
Much better from Gale Force to start it off. 2 shots immediately on target, applying that pressure.
But just like that, Freaky turns the table around and gets the goal for Vitality.
Something this Vitality team does so well is when given opportunities, they put them away. As soon as that ball is lofted in a dangerous spot, Nobody on Gale Force goes to challenge it. And Freaky's like, you know what, I'm going to take this. It's a beautiful shot, far post. Again, Vitality with the lead.
And it seemed like Gale Force might finally get that first strike with that shot barrage, but no. Freaky just gets it himself. Now K-Dop clears it up the side. Ferry just trying to slow K-Dop down. K-Dop dribbling it along the wall. In for Turbo, but Turbo missed the shot.
It's a good start, though. We wanted to see these pass plays come back out. K-Dop is given space and the ability to make a play. Those touches are going to be in a very dangerous spot. Just need to connect with them.
Ball into the middle. K-Dop with a good first touch. Going for the dribble. Flicks it high. Now Pashy trying to pass it by one. Does get it by K-Dop, but Turbo's going to clear it right to K-Dop. K-Dop tries to drop it to Turbo, but Fairy Peak was able to get to the ball first. Not the greatest pass.
Still pops it high, forces one to go for it.
Oh, and now Fairy Peak, a solo play. We've seen him do this before, and he does it again.
I mean, a couple of weeks ago, he won that 1v1 $4,000 tournament, and that just stinks for K-Dop. He knows he's in trouble. 2v1, has to avoid a bump coming in. Plus, you got a phenomenal 1v1 player. He just challenges it, hoping that it hits him.
And just absolute control. You saw him tap that ball multiple times, setting himself up with the best shot opportunity possible.
Just don't want to play your hand, especially when you have that much space.
Yeah, Fairy Peak just loves passing to the best player on Vitality himself. And a 2-goal lead for Vitality. K-Dop gets a win here. Patchy's up. So is Panda. Panda's dropping it down to Turbo, and Turbo's going to miss it. K-Dop is going to try to clean up here. Centers that ball, but Turbo was retreating. Opportunity lost for Gale Force.
That's been the story for Turbo Pulse, unfortunately, this season. Just been trying to fill in, but shot accuracy only 16% at the beginning of this week. Just needs to find some way to put him in the back of the net.
It's been a struggle right now. Vitality, they're about to make a statement here if they can get this win. Move one game closer to taking out Gale Force. Now K-Dop challenges that. Shot from Freaky. Turbo was able to get back in time. The net was left vulnerable. That good clear from Turbo, but an immediate response from Fairy Peak. Off the backboard, Turbo is going to get challenged by Freaky. K-Dop up on the wall. Drops down, but Fairy's ready for the clear. Fairy with a hard shot in off the wall. Turbo made the save, but that was a close call.
Just so dangerous from Fairy. He makes that clear into midfield and then immediately moves up to the wall to count out and block out that clear. And just responds with a shot.
And Fairy Peak missed that off the ceiling. Not the prettiest of defensive plays there, but they still keep it out of net. Vitality holding strong. Now K-Dop on the counter. Gets it by one. Fairy Peak in the back. The bulwark. Turbo with the block. I don't think he got that boost steal. And now K-Dop is going to try to pass that in off the backboard. Freaky up with a shot in. K-Dop turns it aside. Violent Panda now going to lead the counterattack. Pashy, though, shuts that down. A long shot in, forces Turbo to make the save. And another shot from Pashy off the crossbar. Close one, but just 30 seconds left. 2 goals separating the sides. Vitality about to take game number 3.
Putting them close to match point, but you got to give credit to Freaky again. Talk about how confident he was earlier on. You see how aggressive he's playing on offense, going for those demos, just any pressure whatsoever. And with all this time spent in this half, they are really whittling down this clock, putting them one step closer to match point.
And with that, Vitality take game number 3. Commandingly, a shutout versus Gale Force.
Just been dominating this pitch so far. Shogun mentioned it, we're going to talk about it again. The change of play style that this Gale Force team is having to fight against. A team that is not afraid to get in their face and really challenge them on all areas of the pitch. They just can't seem to find anything together.
Yeah, and Fairy Peak especially, that goal by him, that solo play was incredible. Both their goals for Vitality were unassisted, but look at this. Taps it once, twice, and sets himself up for the shot and sneaks it by KDOT.
Right. The way he does that is for one purpose and one purpose only. He needs to force that defender out in some way. And by making those touches, not only is it very difficult to read, but it also gives you opportunities, whether he goes to cut in for that. Do I want to pass it to my teammate who's waiting, who can also go for a demo? It's just giving himself options in that situation, but does it all himself, puts a beautiful shot top right, and my goodness, are they looking strong.
Yeah, Vitality, they're looking cool as cucumbers. On defense, on offense, taking their time, making the saves. Gale Force, however, they had 9 shots that game, couldn't find the back of the net. Vitality, 4, and they scored twice. So just taking advantage of those opportunities. And we saw Turbo even, it seemed, at least from the angle I was looking at, that Turbo should have had a goal or maybe even 2 goals in that series.
Yeah, he's had a couple shot opportunities to put him away, just hasn't been able to find it. So difficult for him. Need to see him getting a little bit more involved, but my goodness, is Vitality making it difficult on all areas of the pitch.
So Vitality 1 game away from the first seed in league play and a spot at the World Championship. Gale Force, their 2 games. Now KDOT, shot in. It's just gonna bounce high. Turbo puts it down, everyone's retreating. Turbo wasn't able to make the play there. Panda, he just escaped from the situation a little too early.
There is no reason Turbo should have not made that goal. All he had to do was jump into it, and he would have had the angle.
But KDOT and Panda, they both retreated right away.
All of them out of boost. Just seems to be that they're trying to avoid easy goals when in reality, they look their best when they're applying that pressure on offense. It then forces this Vitality team to make some mistakes. Because as of right now, I just don't feel that Vitality feels threatened at all.
Ashy trying to pump that by Turbo. Fairy centers it into Freaky. Freaky retreats. Now Freaky with a clear. Panda puts it over to KDOT, and KDOT's gonna find the back of the net.
Fantastic pass coming from Violent Panda up top here. Reads that clear and jumps off backwards to pinch it down. But for KDOT to read that all the way, trusting his teammate to put that pass on the money. Just plays it across. Great job controlling that midfield from Gale Force.
And that goal was almost blocked by Pashy as well. He was in perfect position to make that play. Just a few centimeters short from making that save. Now clear out. Panda up to Turbo. Turbo off the backboard. Panda with the shot. A bump from Turbo is going to open up the net, and Panda gets another one for Gale Force.
Way better on offense. A pass to the same exact spot, but this time up in the air. Doesn't get the shot, but still applies that pressure. If Turbo Pulse is going to put these in, at least make them dangerous to force somebody on defense out. Well done by Gale Force to turn this one around in game number 4.
And they need that to stay alive in the series. A drop down to Freaky. Shot in. Panda is going to have some time. Tries to flick it by, but Pashy's having none of it. Turbo down the sideline. Panda into the middle for KDOT. KDOT with a shot in. That one's blocked by Freaky.
Gale Force team was having difficulties about the challenging team of Vitality. Instead, they're not even going to wait. Just passes immediately to work the field, and it's showing up excellent.
Panda leaving that one for KDOT. Now Panda trying to pass that off the backboard, gets the boost steal. Gale Force trying to set themselves up for an extended attack. Now Panda, slow play, goes for the shot, testing Pashy. Now Pashy's gonna go for the dribble play, flicks it up to Freaky. Now KDOT into the middle. Panda, that's gonna be high, and Freaky gets the hit. Right back into the zone by Turbo. Double commit by Freaky and Fairy. Ball out into the middle for KDOT. KDOT races to it, but Pashy's able to beat him there. Now a long shot in, blocked by Turbo. Freaky Down to Turbo. Turbo's gonna pop that up. Pesci back down to Freaky. Freaky with a hard shot off the backboard, and they messed each other up, but the follow-up blocked. Still a chance. Ferry, a shot in. It's not very hard, but it's enough. And Vitality get on the board.
What a play to come in for this team. That pressure saves everywhere, but that soft shot was actually crucial. There was everybody there to make that save, and if he hits that hard, it's gonna get blocked. But for him to hit that nice and soft to go underneath, well done by Fairy Peak. Intentional or not, puts this game back within one. Absolutely huge with 1.5 minutes left.
Now Pesci testing the defense out. Panda gets beat by Ferry there. Very good touch by Ferry, relieving pressure. Turbo wins it. 2-on-1 situation. A demo coming out from Ferry. Gale Force just trying to hold on to this lead and force game 5.
Difficult situation for these guys as it's played back and forth, but you look how confident Gale Force is starting to get as they almost get another double touch there from K-Nop. He's been so close on numerous attempts. As these guys go back and forth, it pops in the mid. Pesci trying to put a shot on net, but gets cleared. Opportunity for Gale Force.
Gale Force just trying to survive. Vitality has been on point this series. But Gale Force are not giving up without a fight, and K-Dop, you can't stop him. He extends the lead.
I love how they're changing this up as well. This pressure is forcing this Vitality team to not be ready for these. It gives all the time in the world for this Gale Force offense to just sit and wait and pick their battles. In that circumstance, K-Nop has the perfect touch.
We couldn't have asked for more. 30 seconds left. Freaky takes his time. Shut down by Turbo. Ball going into the corner. More time melting off the clock. Pesci hits it right back into Ferry. Center ball coming in. That clear from K-Dop. That's gonna do it. It's gonna actually find the back of the net somehow. A misplay from Ferry.
I mean, I know you said it was gonna do it, but I didn't think you meant it like that.
You know, this has happened to me so many times where you're trying to come in to make the play. You accidentally hit the post there.
It's unfortunate. The other issue is Ferry Peak's up on the wall there too. Just trying to get it out, but what a change of events.
Rough ending there from Vitality, but Gale Force answer right back, and we're gonna have a game 5.
The way to end league play here, these two guys battling for that #1 spot. The one losing drops down all the way to 3rd place. Having to play PSG, but one of those situations between these two teams, and you have to give credit to Gale Force for really mixing it up. Losing almost every challenge, could not control the midfield, so what do? They pass it immediately, just making sure these quick touches to each other are on pace, something they've never had difficulty with. And then they really pound on the shots, but that then opens up the rest of the offense as well. You saw the pressure that Vitality was under, and then it just allows players like K-Dop to sweep in and put them away.
Yeah, this is going all the way to game 5, and this series for the #1 spot in league play in Europe is going to be settled here on Champions Field. The names of which, Gale Force, their names are the newest additions. So this one is an incredibly huge series. This one, again, they can end all the conversations about championship curses or whatever. Because when you go into the regional championship, if Gale Force loses here, we might not see them at LAN.
Yeah, it's a scary situation to be a part of. And on the other side, I mean, we talk about Gale Force and all the things they've done. Vitality is a team that has always taken time to get warm. And this season, they've been hot the entire time. It's fantastic to see them just maintain this style of offense, coupled with a fantastic defense that they really don't need all these crazy opportunities. The shots per game aren't actually that high. It's just a matter of they really take advantage of those small little increments of space that they get and really power it away.
Well, this is it. The most important game of the season for these two teams. We'll see how they respond. Early pressure, Freaky coming in and strikes first yet again, just 6 seconds into game 5.
Just sending everything. You see Turbo Pulsa just trying to maintain possession to back pass it, but there's no one there. That touch actually draws out his own teammate. It makes it so easy for Freaky. One little mistake, 6 seconds. And Vitality again on top, but can they hold out?
Freaky with another shot in. Turbo makes the save. Now a backboard clear from Turbo. Launched right back in by Freaky, and a demo from Pashy. Turbo over to K-Dop. K-Dop misses his hit. Pashy with a shot in. Panda gets the save now. Gale Force being stuck in their own half.
Because of the way the placement has been. Just watch anybody on this Vitality team when they take a touch. Is done with purpose. Even if they look like they're throwing away possession, they're putting it into a place so they can then afterwards move into another position to cut it off and then move in with power.
Now K-Dop backboard chance. Turbo shies away from it. Panda gonna turn on this ball. Turbo both going for it. Now pop from Panda up to Turbo. Turbo off the backboard. K-Dop waiting. He's gonna put it off the backboard as well. A shot from Turbo is gonna be interfered with by Ferry. Now K-Dop centers it over to Turbo. Turbo back to K-Dop. K-Dop off the backboard. Violent Panda trying to set up Turbo for the shot. Turbo's gonna keep it in the Vitality half. K-Dop following that ball up, gets the tap down to Turbo. Turbo off the crossbar. Panda off the backboard, and now Turbo's gonna hit it aside. Gale Force just cannot find the back of the net right now. See if they keep this attack going. No. Or yes, rather. Turbo launching it right back into the corner. Ball bouncing out for Panda. And now K-Dop in a 1v1 situation. A shot in from Ferry, and that one's going to be saved by K-Dop off the post.
Both these teams doing everything in their power to find the back of the net. But a lot of it just due to simple decision making. You saw Turbo, instead of forcing it, plays it to himself in the corner to maintain possession. That's how that entire siege started. So they are being very creative, very smart with their decisions.
And Vitality holding firm. An onslaught ensued, and here it continues to go. A shot in. Turbo forcing the defense out of Vitality. Now Freaky is going to try to dribble this out. Gets blocked by Panda, but a shot floating down. K-Dop chasing it down as well. And a big 50-50 win there. Freaky out into the middle. Turbo is going to send it back in. K-Dop over to Panda. Panda touches it up the wall. Gets that center. Turbo with the shot off the backboard. And Ferry with the touch. But still, Gale Force not giving up. Continuing their attack. And K-Dop! He gets Gale Force the equalizer.
Just high lofted clears in the midfield, and all it takes is one. As soon as that Gale Force team is pushed past half field, that's where they become their most dangerous. Nobody to challenge in the midfield, played across the center of the field. And just a fantastic shot to tie it up. 1:44 left on the clock.
It seemed like just a matter of time with how much pressure Gale Force was putting on, and K-Dop with a massive goal for Gale Force. And now a shot from Panda, followed up by Turbo, and a block from Ferry. K-Dop, block from Ferry again. Freaky up the wall. Now Pashy is gonna chase this down. Good clear from him. Turbo is gonna put it right up to Ferry. K-Dop down to Freaky, a center ball. Pashy is gonna put that off the backboard. Freaky with the follow-up.
A lovely header.
That really could have been Vitality's chance. Two players in that corner just determining on who got boosted. They bumped into each other. The net was wide open for a couple of seconds.
We're in the final minute of gameplay, all tied up. This next goal, that could be it. And now Pashy downfield. K-Dop up to Panda. Panda with a one tap, going for the double, and he hits it! Violent Panda takes the lead for Gale Force.
The captain comes alive with a shot over the top of Fairy Peak, showing him how it's done. What a play from Violent Panda.
One of the best goals I have ever seen, and one of the biggest moments for Gale Force. Vitality gonna try to bring this back. Final 30 seconds. Pesci off the backboard. Panda with a long clear. Time running out. Pesci is gonna get the touch. A little bit too much space given to Vitality, but Turbo's gonna get the clear here.
They need to send everything.
Oh, and that's gonna be it! Turbo extends the lead to 2. Gale Force poised to take the #1 spot in league play.
Turbo hasn't been able to put one away, but one is gifted to him here. Trying to go for that pinch clear off that back wall, doesn't work out, and he's fed a free one. And with only 10 seconds left, very difficult for Vitality.
The champion's curse has officially been dispelled by Gale Force as they take out Vitality, and why not put another one on the board? Violent Panda petting the stats.
I can't believe after what we just saw, Vitality pretty much dominating the pitch on offense, holding off on defense. But after a while, this Gale Force team just sent everybody, and you saw the change of pace there towards the end, James. Congratulations to Gale Force.
What an ending to the league play for the European region of the RLCS.